Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Miden Tower on Nintendo Switch. Okay, I think we're at a point now where I don't have to talk for like 6 minutes straight. Or at least not unless I want to. Where are we going? Let's see. Dead ends in the middle, or... Oh, I see. There's something up there? Doesn't seem like it would be. Oh, there's an entrance to something. Or an exit to something. You know, I know some people object to the idea of the kind of DLC that's common with these Easy Crate games. But I sort of like the alternative to offer a slightly lower base price, and then if you just want to make the game easier, you know, you're basically paying to cheat. I think that's a happy medium. Look, there's a spring. There don't appear to be any enemies nearby. Let's rest for a bit. If you want to fight effectively, suitable rest is required. Fine. Even after all this time, he still shows very little emotion, and when I thought he was starting to act more like a normal person and pedalist too. I wonder if I should test him, like scare him, for example. What's with the look? Actually, I'm just remembering something. What did you remember? This spring is haunted. Haunted? That's right. By ghosts? Quit screaming. I'm sorry. Aren't you scared, Valen? No. Really? Then I guess I should be okay too, since I'm with you. If you say so. What's with that reaction? That's not very interesting. What were you trying to do? Nothing. Just forget about it. You should all have rested enough. Let's go. Okay. I swear, he really gets on my nerves. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I've been looking away from the camera a lot. I'm just trying to take care of my cat. Not that I think you should be looking at my face a whole heck of a lot. I mean, try to make this window as small as possible without, you know, while still being clear. It's just for the times that I want to talk to you folks, and we're not reading, you know, like tons of dialogue. I tend to be like a hand gesture-y person too, so sometimes it's helpful to see that. door is locked. It looks like we can use this old key we found earlier. Okay, does this lead me anywhere that I need to go? Just could drop down here for some reason. Oh. There's absolutely no reason to drop down there, okay. Good to know. Still no way to get in there as far as I know. I guess I could use one of the little path revealer power-ups. I don't think it's that important though. Generally they tend to be extra items as opposed to critical items. I'm looking for cracks I can climb through the walls here. Yeah, again, don't know if it's worth it. How do we get to that one? Well, I probably should obsess over it. I tend to play RPGs for the story, and not necessarily the nitty-gritty of all the strategic RPG fighting. There are only a couple of exceptions to that rule, but in general, I treat JRPGs like visual novels. And they generally tend to have very, very interesting stories. You know, in the olden days, during the 90s, when there were things like Ultima and Eye of the Beholder, things that were developed in the West for computers, the story was never really that important. You just build your own character, or a party of characters. They would have backgrounds and maybe some very terse dialogue, but nothing serious. Even though regular games of D&D would have a lot of story, depending on your DM, but in the old days it was just an emulation of the dice rolling and not an emulation of the adventure. So that's what really attracted me to JRPGs, was that they put some effort into building characters and having story and having plot. But if you're not the person that enjoys that, then like an Eye of the Beholder or a Dungeon Master would be the thing that you would want to play. It looks good. I don't see anything especially abnormal. What are you doing? I'm not removing the barrier. There are footprints here. Footprints? It's possible, but are you sure it just isn't some mud? No, these are footprints, but they look too small to be those of any soldier. Then could it mean a child passed through here? I've never seen any child soldiers. I wonder if it was a mage. No way, the barrier's working as it should. For one, the only ones able to get through here are us and the other sages. Mia, I want to look into something. No, I only promised this far. Now it's back to town for us. Let's try asking Mia again. I'll do it with you. What is it with you now, Leela? Do you want your ability to warp limited with his? I understand what you're saying. Of course, Valen does too. But even so, him being so focused here, wouldn't it mean that he felt that these footprints are that important? Even with you saying that. Then why not take a small peek? Not you too, Gruff. Is it really bothering you that much? Or is it you just want to get below here? Yeah, it does bother me. I guess you'll never stop bugging me about it if I don't let you satisfy your curiosity. But we're only taking a brief look. Thank you. Isn't this wonderful, Valen? However, if we don't find anything after we've scouted out the area, we're leaving immediately. Fine. Could it be this is snow? That's right. This sure brings back some memories. Actually, ever since I read about snow in books, I have been looking forward to visiting a place with some. That's why I can't contain myself any longer. Ah, so cold yet fluffy. What a mysterious feeling. It is pretty amazing, isn't it? Yes, what a wonderful place. Why are you getting so uppity? Could it be you're the one who created this place? I had absolutely nothing to do with it. Then what's with the sudden change in attitude? Please have a feel for yourself, Alan. Look at how powdery it is. I'm good. Alan, could it be you don't like the cold? I'm fine. Let's go. Like. Are you sure you're not too cold? Stop asking me that. I'm fine. Or you're trying to say I'm weak. No, you're strong. But like how you felt the flowers and petals to be a nuisance, it means there should be other things that you dislike. Saying so is completely normal. On top of that, if I don't only want to know what you like and are good at, I don't care, even if there are things you don't like or aren't good at or anything else. I want to know about you. It's cold. Yes, I agree with you about that. Well, as you know, it takes physical strength to fight. In your case, you have... Okay. God, these sentences are they're so weird how they're structured. Well, as you know, it takes physical strength to fight. In your case, you have only worked on your magic. You haven't built up your strength like Gruff here. I'm starting to lose feeling in my hands and feet. That's a huge problem. You should have just said so if you couldn't handle this cold. I swear, I'll cast some magic on you to give you some resistance to it, so hang on for a minute. I'll protect you from the wind until then. How's that? You feel a little less cold? Yeah. Alright, I'll warm you up with a hug myself. Knock it off, you're smothering me. I see, so I'm that hot, am I? That's a good thing. I feel my body starting to heat up. When it comes to my magic, that's as easy as pie. Thank you. Are you cold anymore, Valen? No. Thanks. Don't mention it. It seems you have a good side to you after all. Anyway, it looks like we could have come quite a ways. By my estimate, I would say about halfway. There doesn't appear to be anyone here. What do you want to do? Let's quit looking and head... No, wait. How did I overlook that? What's the matter, Mia? The barrier back there was actually quite old. It doesn't work for those who don't have much mana like we do. That's why a young child whose mana hasn't stabilized could get through. For example, a child of about William's age. What? Warp magic and pentacles also have limits where they can go, so he couldn't have worked here. But unfortunately, there are exceptions. Are you saying he could have had another spell linked when he used the pentacle? That's right. When he connected this place as a destination, Baldric was also with him, so he may have left a note or something with the spell on it. And if we were to use that... I can't believe I didn't consider that. I'm angry at myself for not thinking about that possibility. Changing the plan. With things being as they are, we'll need to investigate further in. If those footprints turn out to be us worrying us worrying about nothing, then I'll take responsibility for us entering without permission. That's why I hate to say this, but you're coming with me. All right. Let's hurry and have a look around. Let's hope this is only a false alarm on our part. I'm sure it won't be. The map looks pretty straightforward. There's our kid. He's been cornered by Imperial soldiers. Let's help him. You said all you've been doing is support and detail and still haven't killed a Medenia. You said all you've been doing is support and detail and still haven't killed a Medenia yet, right? I nabbed this one, so go on and cut him down to the ground. Paralyzed with fear. However, he's just a child. Whether he's a brat or not, Mydenia is still a Mydenia. If he's got no information on the mana crystals here, then there's no sense in letting him live. What's more, killing him now will only save him from a life of crime against us in the future. You're actually doing him a favor. Now, show us that you have the guts to do it. Help! Wah! Mia! I swear you're not very smart doing that. You're William, I take it. Please stay behind us. Okay. There were others with him? Kill them! Kill them all! Why do we have to die like this? Yikes! Please spare my life. I haven't killed anybody yet. What does that matter to me? Huh? I don't care who or how many people you've killed. As long as you're an Imperial soldier, there's no reason to let you live. I'm trembling with fear. Why? Why couldn't you have stayed shut up in this tower? Instead, you suddenly showed up and started massacring people. How many innocent people do you think died at your hands? What are you talking about? You crazed murderers. If I was the one with the mana crystals, What the? He got away. No, someone let him escape. Was that warp magic just now? It's different from the magic we used, but I think the effect was almost the same. Still, thinking they now have that level of magic on their side. Then again, with how roughly that mana was being used, I can't think either the magic user or that soldier are okay. I have no doubt about it. The mana used just now was... Valen? But it couldn't be, could it? Valen! What? I won't tell you not to kill any soldiers, but would you consider a slightly different approach in front of this child? I'll think about it. Thank you. There's an awful lot that doesn't sit right with me, but let's first attend to the kid. Why did you come here, William? To look for flowers? Flowers? It's almost the day when my grandma died. The flowers she liked only grow here, but my grandpa has been too busy to come pick some, so I... See now, so that was your reason for coming here, huh? Well, it's not our job to scold you. We're just glad you're safe. We'll take you back to Stoll, so let's leave this place. Okay. I want to thank you for coming to my rescue. I didn't kill those Imperial soldiers because I wanted to save you. Valen, if it's not too much to ask, would you please accept his feelings of gratitude? You're welcome. That should work. Now it's about time we get out of here. Is this just my imagination? I'm sure she died back then. Ah, that mana was amazing. What a rush. Help me! Oh, what do you know? He died. It appears he couldn't withstand the effects of the magic. Seriously? What a total weakling to kick the bucket from that. Well, whatever. You know, my job today is just to test this warp magic. That being the case, you don't mind if I go out to play, right? I cannot allow it, Riyadh. Please return to the castle. Don't order me around. Yeah! It's an order from His Majesty. Please do as he said. Emperor? I guess I can't do anything if he says no, can I? What a bore. I was really hoping to play with some Mandinias soon. So our friend is evil. Wow, what a surprise. Alright, minimum brainwashed. Oh, I think it doesn't know how to do rings. Let's see, wait for extra attacks by allies. After one attack comes up. William? Grandpa! What's going on here? Why is William with you? Grandpa, In short, we brought him back. He was thinking about you and your late wife. Please understand what he was trying to do. You have my thanks for rescuing William from that dangerous predicament. However, I ask you stay out of our family affairs. William, I know I told you numerous times not to leave town. I'm sorry. Let us return home. Grandpa? What? I know I was wrong to go to a dangerous place and not tell you about it. But this tower is part of us. To have places we're not able to go, that's not right. We can discuss this later. The flowers you picked will not last long in this warm place. They'll wilt if you do not hurry and take them to your grandmother's grave. Okay. He sure could use a humility sandwich for lunch. I couldn't have put it better. But now he'll be able to focus on his job, so that solves that. I need to get back to report. In the meantime, I want you to prepare a bath for me, Gruff. I'll have it ready and waiting. Get some rest yourselves. Yes, we will. Thank you for all your hard work. Shall we head home? Valen? Yeah. Did I do any quests? Not really. I've been doing my job. Or at least my sub-job. The middle of the night. Mia's home. You won't find the book you're after there. Is that you? Don't surprise me like that. It's my house. Who else would it be? I swear, we need to work together. Did you forget your promise, when I permitted you to stay here? You're right. Forgive me. You wanted to look into the history of the tower, right? I have you covered. Thanks. Don't worry about it. Staying up late may be terrible for my skin, but of course I don't mind. At all. I apologize for my actions. Valen's home. Nina. Valen? 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 Layla? I'm sorry for waking you, but you were tossing and turning. Was I? Were you having a scary dream? Not exactly. Your hands are as cold as ice. It's It's always like this when I see that same dream. Can I ask what kind of dream it is? All the people whose deaths I'm responsible for just stand in silence staring at me. That's what my dream is of. Countless soldiers, my family, and childhood friend. Huh? It was 10 years ago, my dad was killed in front of my eyes, trying to protect my mom and I. As we were fleeing, we were found by a soldier, and she died too, so only I escaped. And my best friend, Nina, she was also... Hey, let her go! Or what? Are you gonna fight me for her? Haha, go ahead and give me your best shot. Let's see your magic. What's the matter? Is that fear I see in your eyes? Valen, help me! Wah! Help me, Valen! Haha, that's right. Leave your girlfriend behind and run. Yeah! I ran away despite her needing my help. I turned my back and fled, acting as if I couldn't hear her cry out to me. My dad, Mom, and Nina, I didn't try to help any of them. I left them all to die. I'm surprised. I thought for sure you were going to tell me it wasn't my fault. I tried to, but I felt like you didn't want me to affirm or deny your words, so what I mean to say is... What? I'll hold your hand until you can fall asleep. I hear people can't sleep well when they feel cold. Do whatever you want. Okay. The next morning. I can't believe how well I slept last night. Whenever I had that dream, I was never able to get much rest. Sorry to keep you waiting. It sounds like Baldric was able to get some information out of that captain. I have still only heard a watered-down version of things, so let's go find out the rest at the council hall. Council hall, is it this way? Oh, good morning. He seems to have woken up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm sorry. It looks like Marcus didn't like all the praise Sage Baldric, who has always been a moderate, had for Valen, and I'll say something to him about his attitude later. Baldric was praising Valen? I wonder if he changed the way he looked at things after what happened with William. Oh, right. I should have welcomed you back earlier, Valen. Why all of a sudden? I was just thinking I hadn't been able to tell you that recently. And while I actually saw you when you came back yesterday, I was so busy with other things I didn't get a chance to. Well, alright. You look much better, too. I was worried about you because your face looked somewhat pale yesterday, but I'm glad to see you appear to be back to your normal self. By the way, I think the High Sage and others had something to speak with you about. It sounds like you'll be able to visit the Mid Tower again. That's why I wanted to tell you this before you take off again. Be sure to be careful. Yeah, I will. The same goes for you, Lila. I'll do my best. I'll do my best to be careful. She acts like your mother, or age-wise, it could be an older sister. No, that's definitely the L word. You think so? The L word? I wonder how it's going to go for you. Not only Valen's magic, but that's going to be fun to watch play out too. Catherine said something about the Mid Tower. Let's go find out what that's all about. Keep your pants on. Council Hall isn't going anywhere without us. Have you come? Then let me repeat what I was telling the others. The mana crystals the Empire is after are a type of magical stone. What they are capable of is controlling the mana of their target. That could be problematic. How do you mean? Control also means you can steal somebody's magic. If we, who owe our livelihoods to the existence of magic, were to have it taken away, it'd be a life and death situation. And if it were completely sealed, we would be left defenseless. That's terrible. Do crystals like that really exist? It appears that way. Moreover, the means to create them seems to be in this tower. That is what the Empire is after. What would they do if they got their hands on something with that kind of extraordinary power? Take over the world? Seems so. The Empire trying to obtain these mana crystals is the only The first step in realizing their objective to subjugate other nations with their power. To continue to see lives lost here for just those? Valen. However, I'm surprised their citizens have gone along with it. Other nations are one thing, but we're part of the Empire. It doesn't look like that way in their eyes. 10 years ago, as well as the events of 300 years ago, when our ancestors decided to live in the tower, we were viewed as the aggressors in what happened. In both of these instances, countless people lost their lives, which is why they see us as their enemy. Of course, that's not the fact, but to gain the support of its people, the Empire spread this false narrative. That certainly explains why the soldiers we encountered in the Argent Cage showed such animosity towards us. I can't accept that. Why do people living inside the tower have to be treated like they're evil? We are of the same opinion ourselves. However, the reality is there is nothing we can do about it. I don't care what they think of us. The most important thing here is these mana crystals. I agree. We have only been able to confirm their use once in Petalus. Seeing that, my guess is that they're extremely rare, or they haven't figured out how to master their capabilities. But we're only safe as long as they don't find out where they're being produced. In order to protect our future, we need to find wherever that is before they do. However, that also means we will have to go on the offensive. That's because we are after the same thing they are. This is something we cannot take lightly. To first make a determination if these are really of such a value it is worth exposing ourselves to danger, we have deemed it necessary to obtain some. We request you do that. Do you have an idea where I can find some? What about the lock the soldiers used at the guild in Petalus? They did mention it being one. Actually, I brought that one back to study at the time. I gave it to Orin, the sage, most expert in magicisms. Magicisms? Magicisms? Interesting. But he wasn't able to make heads or tails of it. On top of it, being processed using technology that doesn't exist in the tower, it looked to have already lost its effect. Then what do you suggest? There are certain stones with effects similar to mana stones. I take it you mean magic stones. Correct. They are able to maintain the maximum level of mana in the body of the user. That being the case, they are used to help children whose mana is unstable to learn magic. But I heard they were abandoned decades ago after some difficulty arose in producing more. I've never seen an actual one myself. I've kept a few for my research. However, they are stored in my former home in Rabrant, so they will not be easy to get. That's on the floor below the Mana Temple, right? That's why we called you, Valen. What do you think? Would you consider... I'm on it. I thought that would be your answer. Having visited my home many times in the past, do you still remember where it is, Mia? For the most part. If I get lost, I'll use my magic to find it. That said, are you planning on making this public? Yes, we will make arrangements after this meeting. I still have my misgivings. You also have a point. We are merely representatives of the people and have a duty to provide as much information as possible so they can make their own judgments what to do. The barrier to the Argent Cage has already been removed. You should now be able to reach it using your warp magic. We will leave the rest to you. Excuse me. Can't warp from here. I have to go to the warp point. It's a weird restriction. You can warp everywhere else except for this part of town. Maybe I should check for new equipment too. Oh, it's way too complicated to do. This place has also been badly damaged. I hope for it to be. I hope for it to rebuild like Pentelis someday. I would also like to see how the town used to look myself. Mia, where's Sage Rosilda's house? It should be further in. Let's see if we can find it. Well, let's see if we can find it tomorrow. This is audap, I'm watching Miden Tower on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.